Southeast Georgia and the Lowcountry. This is WJCL 22 Morning News. See us now.
Right now on WJCL 22 Morning News, an entire apartment building destroyed following a massive fire, leaving more than 100 people looking for a new place to live. The reason authorities believe this fire was no accident. Right now, a triple murder suspect manhunt. The 14-year-old at the center of this investigation now on the run. The reason investigators say they made a mistake.
Protecting children from COVID-19. I'm Aixa Diaz in Washington. What families should know about the rise in pediatric hospitalizations.
The main thing we're going to do is thump Trump. Thank you very much.
Honoring the life of U.S. Senator Harry Reid, the major impacts he made during former President Obama's administration. It is right now 6 o'clock on this Wednesday morning, and we are live out at Tybee Island, where it is just beautifully lit out there on this Wednesday morning. We want to thank you so much for waking up with us right here on WJCL 22. I'm Emma Hamilton here with our meteorologist, Melissa Hall. And Melissa, it's about to be another gorgeous day on tap. It's getting hard talking about the weather this week because it's all the same.
Yeah, we've got high pressure dominating the forecast, and we'll get scientific on it, but that does mean we are feeling very spring-like outside. That shot of Tyberisa Street, I want to get out to Tybee, maybe go up to Cligney, take the dogs, go for a walk. Great forecast to get outside and be outside because a little breeze out of the southwest and very comfy temperatures. Fog has been a factor the last few mornings, but right now you can see it's just down near Jessup and Wayne County, and the rest of us, here's what it looks like as you head out the door. Fairly calm, a little breeze like we mentioned, and that's got things feeling very mild to say the least. 62, and that wind, you'll notice it at times, but it's not going to make you cold. In fact, it's out of the southwest, so that'll help warm things up. 62 is not where we'll stay very long. We're going to have those upper 60s, even low 70s before lunchtime. And this afternoon, make sure you have the glasses. It is going to be close to 80 the next few days as we head into the upcoming new year. Can't believe New Year's is right around the corner. We're going to be watching those with that record book because the mild streak's going to continue. Now, forecast is getting active. In fact, there's a front approaching the area right now. Doesn't quite make it here, but it could bring some scattered showers for some out west. But our other front that we're watching that's actually going to bring a return to some downright frigid temperatures, that's coming in for the new week, Emma, and the new year, Emma. There's that front, though, today that's going to hang off to the northwest. We'll take a look at exactly where it wants to set up and how that's going to be affecting your forecast. Plus, we'll talk about that major cool down and the strong front that welcomes us next week.
All right, speaking of outside, let's head out there. We are on Highway 21 at Gulfstream Road in Port Wentworth, where it looks like there are no traffic issues out there. Unvaccinated kids' concerns rising as hospitals report a spike in pediatric cases, leaving the parents of young children on edge. All right, Aixa Diaz is in Washington with what families should know this morning.
Doctors say COVID appears to be hitting children harder now than before because that's one population that remains largely unvaccinated, so the virus is thriving among them. Kids 5 and up are eligible for the shot, but those who are younger are not. With a rise in pediatric COVID-19 hospitalizations, parents of children under the age of 5 are particularly concerned. Babies, toddlers, and preschoolers are not yet eligible for the vaccine.
We need to protect children in this age group more than ever.
Dr. Alexandra Yance, infectious diseases physician at Children's National Hospital, says for most kids in that age group, COVID is mild and begins like many other viruses.
If your kid has a runny nose, a cough, or a fever, and you don't know for certain that it's not COVID, you need to find out.
In more serious cases, children require respiratory support or end up admitted to the ICU. Dr. Yant says monoclonal antibodies that help prevent COVID from progressing are not effective against the new variant Omicron.
We really are sort of crossing our fingers and hoping that those that are vaccinated stay well, but for those that haven't been, we don't have much other support other than oxygen and supportive care in the hospital.
Doctors say the best way to protect children is to get the ones who are eligible vaccinated. And for those who aren't eligible yet, make sure all adults they interact with are vaccinated and boosted. In Washington, I'm Aixa Diaz.
Doctors also want to remind parents to get their children vaccinated against the flu, with influenza cases on the rise right now as well. Meantime, the highly contagious COVID variant Omicron is raging across the country. The current 7-day average is now topping 250,000 cases per day. That is a record. The case spike is leading to extremely long lines at testing sites here and across the country, just like this one you see there on your screen. Coming up on Good Morning America, the latest push to expand testing and access to at-home testing. Plus, more criticism aimed at the CDC after the agency changed its isolation guidance. You can catch GMA right after our show this morning, starting at 7 o'clock.
We have to keep fighting to become better.
Football world is mourning the loss of the man deemed as, quote, soundtrack of the NFL. Hall of Fame coach John Madden has died. As ABC's Andrew Dibber reports, his influence spanned decades, from the football field to the broadcast booth.
John Madden first gained fame during his 10-year stint as the coach of the Raiders, having taken the job at just 32 years old. He never had a losing record and led the team to 7 AFC title games, winning the Super Bowl in the 1976 season.
John Madden's grin is from ear to ear. He looks like a slick watermelon.
But it was his work off the field that catapulted him to stardom. After retiring from coaching at just 42, Madden began a new career in television. His larger-than-life personality made him a natural on camera, a constant presence in American homes for more than 30 years, appearing in commercials.
Boy, could I go for a nice cold light beer from Miller. So I thought I'd just pop in at my favorite hangout and have one with the guys.
Even on Saturday Night Live.
Here's a sad little guy, the place kicker, Anton Boguslav-Skanavoski.
But it was the decades he spent in the NFL broadcast booth that made him a household name. He was skeptical about becoming a broadcaster, but turned out to be a natural, winning 16 Emmys with his distinctive, powerful voice.
Boom, you get him? Right there, boom.
And sense of humor.
Father bucket, this is a mother bucket, and since the last game, they had a baby bucket.
Not to mention his talent with that famous telestrator, forever changing how the game looked on TV.
If this guy here is pointing to this, and if he takes this and dumps it on that, he'll be the player of the game.
Making him a fan favorite, as did his many quirks. Madden famously giving a turducken, a chicken inside a duck inside a turkey, to the winning team of the Thanksgiving game he called each year. His fear of flying leading him to travel across the country, logging 80,000 miles each year in a custom-built bus he named the Madden Cruiser, complete with a sauna, 2 bathrooms, and a full kitchen. And he would go on to become the namesake of a video game empire. John Madden was 85. No cause was given for Madden's death. He's survived by his wife of 62 years and 2 sons. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Turning to some more sad news this morning, former Democratic Nevada Senator Harry Reid has died at the age of 82 after a 4-year battle with pancreatic cancer. Reid's wife of 62 years, Leandra, released a statement yesterday morning that the former Senate Majority Leader died peacefully, surrounded by family. Reid served Nevada in the U.S. Senate for decades, including a stint as Majority Leader during the Obama administration.
And his leadership in the Senate helped make reality many of the visions that Barack Obama brought to the presidency in the first place.
The main thing we're going to do is thump Trump. Thank you very much.
He was the 6th longest serving leader in the Senate of either party, with a total of 12 years.
Fire had caught hold in the roof and destroyed multiple units in the building.
A massive apartment fire in Milwaukee leaves more than 100 people with nowhere to go. Now, police believe someone set that fire on purpose. It happened Monday night, and thankfully, no one was killed. Firefighters helped rescue a man trapped on the 2nd story and say one other person was hurt. Right now, a triple murder manhunt is underway in Texas this morning as police search for a 14-year-old suspect following a convenience store shooting. Police say 3 other teens were shot and killed and that another was seriously hurt. The entire thing was caught on surveillance video. Garland police released this surveillance video of the suspect entering the store Sunday night. Police questioned a person of interest, but they are now saying they don't believe the teenager they had in custody is the one who pulled the trigger. A 33-year-old suspect has been charged with capital murder for his involvement in the shooting. Authorities believe he was a getaway driver. It is right now 6:10. Record-breaking snowfall impacts
We haven't had power for about 3 days.
Thousands without power and interstates shut down for days. Straight ahead, why scientists say areas of California are seeing the most snow ever in December. Plus, a troubling TikTok trend, teens self-diagnosing mental illness they don't even have. Up next, the reason officials say it's downright dangerous. Melissa.
Coming up, I'm going to have a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Here's what it looks like outside, though, as we head off to break. Downtown Savannah looked like a scene from a horror movie yesterday with a lot of fog, but we're starting with clear skies today. One thing we have in common with yesterday, the warm temperatures for everybody. Starting off in the 60s. How warm does it get this afternoon? We'll have your certified most accurate forecast right after this. We are tracking some major changes, and you can look at that anytime with our WJCL 22 News app.